Epcot really is one of the great, parks when it comes to food. It was a really hard tie. One of our favorites to always go to is Teppanyaki. We love going to the Hibachi over in Japan. We love going to Beer Garden over in Germany and getting that experience. We love going to Mexico and sitting inside the Mexico Pavilion by the pyramid. That's got a really cool ambiance. So it was really hard for me to pick.
So you really can't go wrong with food at Epcot.
No, you can't.
I tell a lot of people, we'll skip eating at Hollywood Studios and just go to Epcot.
What is up? And welcome back to another episode of Going Beyond the Castle. We are on episode 18, and I am super excited because I think we are finally up and running across the board. So things are looking really good. So definitely drop us a chat in the comments. But my name is Fred Briley, and I am one of your co-hosts for Going Beyond the Castle. And of course, with me as always is my fabulous co-host, Lori Talamo. And
Hello.
Like I said, we're super excited for episode 18. We got a really great topic for tonight that if any of you all know me, you know it is possibly one of my favorite topics. So I'm excited to dive into that. But before we do, I just want to give a shout out to all of our followers. And everybody joining us tonight. We really appreciate you guys. I said it on Sunday night, and I'll say it every single week. We really appreciate you guys and all the people that, are on this journey with us because, we really wouldn't be where we're at without you guys. So we really appreciate you. As always, definitely drop us a comment in the chat. We are live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. We're live
Sweet.
On Riverside. We're live on Twitch, and we're live on Facebook. So definitely drop us a line. Let us know where you're from. And as we go throughout today's topic, let us know your opinion because I feel like today's topic has, quite a bit of opinions when it comes down to, what we're talking about.
Yep, for sure.
So yeah, Lori, I'll turn it over to you and you can get us going. Let them know what today's topic is and we'll go from there.
All right. So as Fred said, we're talking about one of his favorite topics, which is food. And let's be real, we all love food. So food is a good topic to talk about. And I feel like it's a good topic for Disney because we've said it before in the podcast where so many people are like, oh, I went and the food was terrible. You just don't know where to go. You got to seek out the places that have, yes, the good food. And so what we're going to talk about tonight is, and we elevated it, we added some things. So we're going to talk about our 6 top restaurants, 1 in each of the parks, 1 in Disney Springs, and 1 over at a resort. So of course, we're going to kick it off with the most iconic park, which is Magic Kingdom.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, and I'm pretty sure I probably said it a million times before, Magic Kingdom is not my favorite table service park. Now, to be fair, I haven't tried many of them, but the ones that I've tried haven't been my favorite. So I'm going with a quick service for Magic Kingdom, and I have picked Columbia Harbor House. So this one is
solid option.
Typically, so we have 3. Yeah, we typically go between Columbia Harbor House, Pecos or Pecos. I know I'm going to say it wrong. My family always makes fun of me. Pecos Bill or Cosmic Race. But when we're doing a family trip, we do Columbia Harbor House. So I picked that one. The atmosphere, it's located in Liberty Square. And one of the things, too, is that you can miss it. Sometimes we walk past it and I'm like, shoot, we passed it up. So it's kind of tucked away behind, close to where Haunted Mansion is at. So you got to look for it. It's a great lunch spot. It's New England themed. It kind of mimics the inside. It's supposed to mimic like a ship, and it's tailored for sailors. The first story is super busy. It gets, super packed. It's crowded. The good thing about it is there's a little upstairs where you can go sit upstairs. You can get out of the crowds and get out of the way of if you want a little relaxation for lunch.
It really
again,
is a solid.
We do the lobster roll. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, upstairs is a solid spot. Every time we've gone, the downstairs of that place has been absolutely packed. It's loud, it's noisy, which if that's your vibe, that's cool. But yeah, definitely upstairs is typically quieter. It's just kind of a little bit more calm of an environment. So I really enjoy upstairs.
Yeah, I almost feel like you could even go up there and just eat your lunch and take a little nap. It's super quiet up there. And I'm wondering if it's because a lot of people don't realize that there's an upstairs, because I don't even know if maybe I realized that in the beginning. But once we found out there was upstairs, we always grab our food and go upstairs. So super quiet, super cool. They have windows so you can watch out. Again, we love the lobster roll. And I'll tell you what started our, what's that?
It's the lobster roll. Like,
oh,
I need a
like,
lobster
hold on,
roll.
like, stop talking.
No, it's no. I just
yes.
I'm gonna make a lot of faces and a lot of noises in this episode as we talk about food.
Well, the good thing is that I'm wearing my bifocals instead of my computer glasses, so you're blurry. I can only see my notes.
Hey, there
so
we go.
I won't see the. Trying to get the light out of the glasses. So what started our quest really for the lobster roll was one year we're there for the Food and Wine Festival, and we got the lobster roll over near the American Pavilion in Epcot, and it was like the best lobster roll ever. The problem is it was like 2 bites. But the lobster on the inside was warm. I don't know what it was. It was just really good. So when we realized they had them over at Columbia Harbor House, we're like, well, let's go try it. I will say that it's not the same. The lobster roll, it's cold. The inside is cold. So it's a little different than the one at the Food and Wine Festival, but it's still really, really good. That is the only thing I've ever tried from there. My father-in-law one time got the seafood platter, but I'm like, we're from New Orleans. I'm definitely not going fried seafood at the park. But I don't think it was too bad. I don't think it could compare to the seafood here, but I don't think it was too bad. What else I have about it? Oh, and it's quick service, so you can always mobile order and have your food ready, and then just grab it and go on upstairs and get your seat. I looked it up. The lobster roll and fries is about $18.99. I don't know if I went too extra, but I wasn't sure.
I feel like I didn't look up prices.
I just kind of went and did some notes.
Yeah, I didn't look up prices at all.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's okay.
I was just a little extra.
That's fine.
You can use a dining plan for this. And then one thing to be mindful of too is that the parades will come through that area somewhat. So, make sure if you're going to do lunch, or throughout the day, that if you don't want to get trapped in by the parade, just kind of be mindful of that. And that was about it I think I have for Columbia Harbor House.
I love Columbia Harbor House. I'm not going to lie. We ate there for the first time on our past trip, and I solely wanted to go there for the lobster roll. Because one, I've never had lobster. And so because there's this whole backstory. Thought I was allergic to shellfish.
Oh, that's right. I think you're Michelle.
Not allergic to shellfish. Yeah. So absolutely love Columbia Harbor House for the vibe, for the price, for the food. Like, it's just, I don't remember what Rachel got. But I mean, it really is just a quality quick service. And again, I'm like you, like Cosmic Rays has always been our go-to, and Casey's Corner has always been our go-to. But, Columbia Harbor House really is just a solid option to eat at.
Thank you for tuning in to Going Beyond the Castle. If you're ready to turn your vacation dreams into reality, we'd love to help you plan your next adventure. Contact us at beacons.ai/Going Beyond the Castle podcast. Let us take the stress out of planning so you can focus on the fun.
Yeah, I know. I was talking with Josh and Olivia when I was like going through, and I was like, I don't know what to pick for Magic Kingdom. I'm like, it's between Cosmic Rays and Josh is like, Cosmic Rays. I'm like, I like their burger. I think it's good. The
burgers are great.
It is.
They really are.
It is. Yeah. But usually, like, we do Tomorrowland first, when we go in. So we're kind of already past that when it's lunchtime.
Yeah. We always have to trek back. Okay. So mine, which I think I've talked about it on this podcast before. See, look, this person said Cosmic Rays is a go-to quick service. Like, I agree wholeheartedly. Like, but I now have Columbia Harbor House has a special place in my heart, like all day for sure. For mine, I have lots of favorite table service places at Magic Kingdom. But I kind of went with the more family style one. I went with Liberty Tree Tavern because I think I've talked about it enough as a travel agent. Like, I will always recommend people go to Liberty Tree Tavern. So Liberty Tree Tavern is a really cool restaurant. It's like a colonial style restaurant that's kind of modeled after like an 18th century restaurant. And it's really designed to transport you back to the American Revolution. It really kind of puts you in that environment, which if you love Disney, that's one of the things that you absolutely love about Disney is they're really good at putting you in the atmosphere that they want you to be in. And so like the interior of it, there's like wooden beams, like there's patriotic memorabilia, there's, brick fireplaces. Like it really just feels like you're eating in this, this old colonial restaurant. And one of the cool things that if you really take your time and you walk through the restaurant, which not a lot of people do, but if you take your time and you walk through it, each of the dining rooms is actually themed after one of the founding fathers. So you've got George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson, which kind of adds to that charm. And like the whole Liberty Tree Tavern idea was actually brought from Walt Disney himself, because he had like this huge passion and admiration for American history and the whole Liberty Square design. So it really is a cool restaurant that kind of, puts you in a really cool atmosphere. But I don't know where I was going with that. So food wise, really good food. It's a family style dining. So it's a set price for, adults versus kids, but it's a set price, all you can eat family style. They just bring you out this giant platter of turkey breast, pot roast, macaroni, cheese, green beans, vegetables. It really is like a Thanksgiving dinner, and it's fabulous. And one of the things that I really love about the family style dining concept is that I'm a huge mac and cheese fan, and Liberty Tree Tavern has some of the best mac and cheese that I've ever had in my life. So I could literally just sit there and be like, I want more mac and cheese. I don't want anything else. I just want the mac and cheese.
And they're going to bring it. Yeah.
And they're going to bring me more mac and cheese, which is absolutely fabulous. Also, the great thing about family style is that all you can eat desserts, and they have an ooey gooey toffee cake. Have you ever had the ooey gooey toffee cake?
I was going to say, I remember because we ate there on our very first trip in 2014, and I remember the dessert, but I couldn't remember what it was. But I remember that the dessert was good.
Yeah. It's like vanilla and chocolate like cake with toffee bits and vanilla ice cream and chocolate and caramel syrup, and it's fabulous. I think Rachel and I each finished one by ourselves the last time that we went. It was fabulous.
That's awesome. I didn't realize. So one of my friend Erica's on, and she said that she misses when they had characters there. I didn't realize that at one point they had characters at that restaurant.
That one must have been a pre-me Disney.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had. Who was at? Now I'm curious who was at what characters were at that. Like I can assume, but now I'm curious what characters were at the restaurant.
Well, Erica, if you're still watching, you can let us know, and I'll let Fred know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going back and forth between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens.
Well, I have Facebook Live on, so I'll keep up with that one. That's the only one I can access. So
there we go.
I got you on that one.
So one of the reasons that I really enjoyed Liberty Tree Tavern is one, of course, for the food, right? But additionally, it just has this really cool atmosphere. And Liberty Tree Tavern is also one of the table service restaurants that is just continuously praised for the food, for the the customer service that you get. I've never really heard anybody go into Liberty Tree Tavern and being disappointed in anything that they've gotten or anything that they've experienced. It's absolutely fabulous, and it's really family friendly too. I think last time one of my children stripped down into a diaper and started running around, and they were totally fine with it. We obviously were not fine with that, but they were and I was like, oh my God, this is embarrassing.
My girls didn't do that.
Sure, we'll go with that.
She said she'll have to find pictures, but she's pretty sure it was Minnie and Goofy for sure.
If they had Colonial, Mickey, and Goofy, you said Mickey and Goofy or Minnie?
Minnie.
If they had Colonial, Minnie, and Goofy, sign me up. I'm going to have to look for
this. Awesome. Yeah.
So Liberty Tree Tavern really just is a great spot. It's great for food. It's great for families. It's great for price. And it's just a really cool environment. One of the things that I didn't know, because I'd never paid attention, is there's actually a tree outside of Liberty Tree Tavern, hence the tree. but that it has 13 lanterns on it for the 13 original colonies. Did not know that.
I have
Now
to,
you know.
Oh, she said they were colonial.
Yes.
I'll have to check it out when I go in 2 days and get a picture for you.
I'm at
I'm
like
excited. I can't
103
wait.
days, and I'm just super salty. It needs to go down faster. They were colonial.
Yeah.
I like.
Fun
And then
stuff.
the last thing I'll finish up with Liberty Tree Tavern, just for advice, is Liberty Tree Tavern rarely ever fills up. Like, there's always typically reservations. There's always typically a wait list. A couple times I have seen Liberty Tree Tavern like close off their wait list in like peak season, like Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, things like that. But like if you're making dining reservations for yourself, like save this one for last, because there's a 99% chance that every single time slot's going to be available when you go to book it. So like definitely don't be like, let's book this first. Like, especially if you got things like some of the things that I know we're going to get into. If you have some of those things, like definitely book those before you book Liberty Tree Tavern.
Yeah. Yep. Good advice.
Yeah, there's mine.
Sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Just a little. I know food.
I gotcha. All right. So we ready to move
What's
on
next?
to Epcot?
Epcot?
Yes. So I'm sure whoever has listened to us or has talked to me for any length of time about Disney, which has probably happened if you've talked to me because I talk about Disney all the time. My top pick over at Epcot is Via Napoli. It is the best pizza. And I know I've said this before too, and he's watching. Josh is a pizza snob. So we don't eat pizza a lot at home because there's not too many places that are close. I mean, there's places that are close by, but not ones that we're going to drive 40 minutes to or whatever to go eat pizza. So we don't eat pizza that often. Since we've changed our eating habits, we're not going to call up and order Domino's anymore. So I love going and getting pizza at Via Napoli. And they actually import some of their ingredients from southern Italy, which is super cool. Situated kind of in the back of that the Italian pavilion. So when you go in, saying pizza, Tutto Italia is first, and then Via Napoli is kind of straight towards the back. So, and not to be confused, because they do have the pizza window on the outside, which is a quick service pizza, not the same pizza that you're going to get inside of Via Napoli. It's wood fire pizza. It's amazing. They also are on the dining plan. So just depending on what size you get or how many dining credits you're going to use. The way that it's described is that it's a pizza. What is that? Little Caesars?
Yeah. I'm glad you got that.
Some of the way that it's described a bit is almost like it's an elevated high-end pizza joint, but it doesn't really feel that. It doesn't feel stuffy, when you go in there, but it doesn't feel like Pizza Planet either. It does have a little more of an elegant feel to it. This is one of the ones that will book up quick. So if Via Napoli is on your list, and I recommend this to all of my clients. So we know if we're trying to get Via Napoli, that's one of the ones that we put at the top of the list because it does book up a lot. It's authentic pizza. The pizza at the pizza window is like it's a thicker crust. It's not the like thin crust. I'm forgetting which one. Chicago style is like the deeper dish. Yeah. And then thin crust is Olivia's texting me. Yeah, it's good. So last time when Josh and I went, because I pick my favorite places, so I feel like I don't expand our dining experiences because I always want to go back to the same places. But when Josh and I went in October, we decided to do a little bit different. We still got the pizza, but we tried the fried risotto balls for an appetizer, and we got a Caesar salad. Those things were huge. There was 3 on the plate. It's $15 dangerous for an order. Yes. And I mean, they were like massive risotto balls. It was really good. It was, they were laying on a plate of marinara sauce, so you can kind of dip it in the sauce. And then we got the pizza. The pizza sizes are super big. So when we went, and I think I might have said this on the podcast, and I actually just listened to the podcast when I was on Geekin' on Walt Disney World, and I talked about it. When we were going, I was like, small pizza is not going to be big enough because we were hungry. It's absolutely big enough, especially if you're going to get appetizers to share. The individual pizza was probably 8 pieces, maybe. We went with our in-laws and Josh and Olivia and Braden and I, and we got the large pizza, and it was massive. So it's definitely shareable. Make sure you share those amongst the family, or you're going to have a lot of pizza to take back over. I think one of the trips, somebody tried a chicken parmesan, maybe. I might have tried it once. I'm not sure.
That sounds fabulous.
And then, yeah, and we've had the cannoli as well. So this one's really good. One thing I will say, when I was doing some research, I'm not going to call out the specific blog that said it, but there was one blog that mentioned that it was the poorest service that they've had across Disney. And I'm like, and it's a very famous blog. And I was kind of taken aback by that because we've never had bad service anytime that we've gone to Via Napoli. It's been really good. So they have a main dining area, but they also have some rooms off to the side. I mean, not that you really get to pick where you want to sit, but if you kind of want a little bit more quiet, you can always, I guess, ask to sit in one of those side rooms if you want. But yeah, it's so good. I love it. Like, I did not book it for us to go this trip, and I'm like regretting life because it's so good.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too late. Like, while we're walking around Epcot, I can always check and see if there's something open. Some of the days that we're going, we're not really sure exactly what time we'll get there. So I didn't want to book dining and take up time. But
yeah,
I will definitely miss getting that pizza. Yeah,
I'm going to have to try this pizza when we go in May.
Yes, definitely try it. It's so good. We always get the pepperoni, and they have, oh gosh, is it cilantro? Does that sound right? They put something on top. Josh, if you're listening, he's so good at remembering stuff. Remind me what it is that they put on top. I don't think it's cilantro, but maybe it is. I don't know. It's really good.
Yeah, we'll have to try it.
Yeah, try
Epcot was hard for me to pick because
they have such good food everywhere.
They really do. You know, you've got each of the countries which have really great food. Mexico's got good food. You know, Canada's got, the steakhouse. France has good food. I'm going to leave America out because it's basic American food.
The worst.
Germany has
except for that
food.
lobster roll.
Yeah, right. There really is a lot of really good food options when it comes to Epcot. But I feel I stuck with the family style dining because always a big family style guy. And I went with Garden Grill, which is a really great family friendly restaurant. For those that don't know what Garden Grill is located in the Land Pavilion, which is kind of back over by Seas with Nemo and Friend. It's over by, it's in the same building as Soarin' and Living with the Land. And it really gives off this like rustic farmhouse vibe. I think that's the best way to put it. It really just gives off this really cool rustic farmhouse vibe. And it is a character dining. It's one of the what I think is the easier to get character dinings. And they all, I think there's Chippendale,
Goofy,
I think there's Mickey,
Pluto.
Goofy.
Pluto.
Is it Pluto? I think it is Pluto.
I think so.
But it's one of the easier to get character dinings that I feel like. So while you're eating, the characters are going to come around to your table, interact with you, spend a couple minutes with you. And I mean, when we went, I don't know if it was just great timing or what, but we were one of the few families that were there eating. And so they came around to our table like multiple times and just hung out with the girls, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
But also one of the other cool things, there's a couple really cool things about Living at the Land. It's that it's a spinning restaurant. So it makes one full rotation every hour. And throughout that rotation, you get to see the whole Living with the Land ride, which is one of my favorite rides. And then two, a lot of the food that you actually eat, which I'll get into the food in a minute. A lot of the food that you eat at Garden Grill is made on Disney property because, Disney has their own farms. They have their own, grow their own fish, grow their own animals. Like they're really big on that. So a lot of the food that you're eating is actually grown there on property. But speaking of food, it again, like I said, it is, a family style dining. And it really kind of sticks to that same Liberty Tree Tavern style food. You're going to see like rotisserie style meats, chicken. The chicken was fabulous. Seasoned vegetables, mashed potatoes. Of course, again, house-made mac and cheese, which is fabulous. And of course, again, it's family style dining. So you can just order as much as you want of whatever you want. And they just keep bringing it out for you. And again, it's all a set price for adults versus kids. And of course, there is a dessert option. They have seasonal pies, which are fabulous.
Yeah.
Don't remember what pie they had when we went, but it was a good pie. So really love Garden Grill. Like I said, it is a great character dining that's kind of more low key, a little bit easier to get. But if you're looking to book Garden Grill on your dining reservations, I really would say keep it around the middle of your list because it can run out, but it really is a great spot. Yeah, I love Garden Grill.
And the good thing too about the character dining experiences, especially for folks that have small kids, because we did on our first trip with the kids, we did a lot of character dining. You get the character interactions without having to go stand in line and wait, so it's definitely, something that'll save you a little time. You just sit and they come up to your table, get your autographs, perfect for families with small kiddos to get those character meet and greets without having to wait in line.
And like I said, there's a lot of there's so much good food when it comes to Epcot. Epcot really is one of the great, parks when it comes to food. It was a really hard tie. One of our favorites to always go to is Teppanyaki. We love going to the hibachi over in Japan. We love going to Beer Garden over in Germany and getting that experience. We love going to Mexico and sitting inside the Mexico Pavilion by the pyramid. That's got a really cool ambiance. So it was really hard for me to pick, but I stuck with Garden Grill.
Yeah, we did San Angel Inn, and I always get the two confused. So hopefully I got them right. We did that one the very first time because we, of course, we ride the ride and then we sit down and eat.
Yeah.
We do Mexican so often that we really don't do Mexican when we're there. But when I went on my agency trip once, we actually did La Hacienda San Angel Inn, and that one was really good. That was a little bit more elevated Mexican, and then that's where I got the avocado margarita. That was so good.
I remember talking about that.
Yeah, that was really good. So it's just different, both of them, you get different stuff, but yeah, we've done nine dragons before too, which was really good. So you really can't go wrong with food at Epcot.
No, you can't.
I tell a lot of people, we'll skip eating at Hollywood Studios and just go to Epcot.
Sorry, Harper's singing the chant of her people right now.
The chant of her people?
Yeah. She has random chants every night where she just lays in bed until 10 o'clock at night going, oh, God. I came back from worship practice last night at 9:30, and I just walked in, because I didn't see him go to bed, so I just walked in and give him a kiss, and there's Harper, just living her best life, wide awake.
She's so cute, though. So cute. But, I mean, at least your kids are disciplined, and they stay in their bed, and they're not,
Facts.
Right? Yeah. They're not getting up and, you're having to chase them. My kids did not sleep well. So y'all are winning in that area.
We are. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go on to
Hollywood
one of my
Studios.
least favorite food places to talk about.
Same. And I really struggled. I was like, gosh, what am I going to pick? Because just be honest, we don't really eat in Hollywood Studios a lot because the food is not amazing to me.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so I went with another quick service because this was pretty good. We've only done it once, but I picked Woody's Lunchbox. It's so cute. That whole area they just really did that area so well. The theming in that area was super cute. They have it's made to mimic the inside or the things of Woody's Lunchbox. So there's a thermos there. The army man holding the little Babel cheese. And it's just super cute. The only thing is it's outside only. So it's outdoor window ordering. There's no inside seating. They did recently remodel and I think added a bunch of seating, but it's all still outside. So if you go, we've had to go in the last couple of summers, which is probably why we haven't gone back. It's already super hot. So there's nowhere that you're going to go in and get any shade. Hopefully, you can get shade because they do have umbrellas, but you're not going to get away from the heat. So that's the only thing, with that one is that, if it's a hot summer day, you're going to want to pick somewhere where you can go inside and get away from the heat. The things that we ordered were the tachos, loaded tachos. So it's like the tater tots that are like loaded fries. And then we also got the barbecue brisket melt sandwich, and those two were really good. It was really good.
That sounds fabulous.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Olivia.
Is this the one that is directly across from Alien Saucer Swirl?
It's so funny that you say that because Josh is always like, he's like, one thing you're not good at is knowing the location of stuff. And I'm like, I know where this is at. I'm like, you walk in to the Toy Story area and it's on the left. And I got it on the map. So yeah, it's on the left when you first walk in to the Toy Story area. I think in Slinky Dog is like to the right,
Dog
maybe.
Dash, yeah, and then you've got Alien Swirl Saucers or whatever it's called, and then directly across from it is Woody's Lunchbox.
Yeah, I printed out the little screenshots of the map of all of these just in case if it came up, because I'm like, I am not gonna remember.
Now I'm gonna ask you where every single one of these is.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Well, we only have 4 left.
Yeah. The one thing, too, is that this one, the line gets crazy long. Every time that we've passed there, the line has been so long. So another shout out to mobile order. You can mobile order there. So that way you're not waiting in line, or go on an off time. Like, don't go between 11:30 and 12:30, when you know that the lunch line is going to be crazy busy. Like, eat a late breakfast and do a late lunch, or go a little bit before the lunch rush, because it is going to get crowded. Now, I haven't been since they put the extra seating, or that wouldn't make the lines go faster, but I don't know if they expanded anything else to make it a little bit better. But it really is a good option for a quick service right there in Toy Story area. So, and we haven't tried it, but they have like the Pop-Tart thing.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's supposedly really good. So maybe I'll try it when I go this week and see and let you know.
Yeah, there's something about Hollywood Studios that, I think I've said it before on the podcast, but I'm really hopeful for this Monsters Inc. land and that they bring some better quality food, because it really is the home of quick service. There's not a lot of good table service. I mean, there's a lot of table service. It's either super expensive, in my opinion, or it's just not high quality food.
Yeah. I remember when we went on our first trip in 2014, this was before I really knew anything. And we had the dining plan, and I'm almost positive we had the free dining plan at that point. And so I remember we went into Hollywood Brown Derby.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we got the dining plan. I didn't realize that it was 2 table credits to eat there. So I told a lady, I was like, we didn't realize this was going to take 2 credits. And so they let us leave. I mean, I would never do that now. I probably feel like, an idiot, but we did. We left because we were like, didn't want to take up 2 of our table service. Yeah. And then I already told you about the Hollywood and Vine, so I don't think I'll ever get Josh back in Hollywood and Vine. So
that's my goal in life, is to get him back at Hollywood and Vine.
We'll have to do a group trip.
Yeah.
And
that was honestly one of the ones I looked at doing, it's like solely for the Halloween experience. Hollywood and Vine during, September, October timeframe. I think it's September to October where they bring out, because you got Mickey, you got Minnie, you got Pluto, and I think you got Goofy that are at that one, and them in their Halloween costumes for dinner. It's really fabulous. And then, if you got also for kids, they've got Vampirina at the breakfast, buffets, and it's buffet, which I'm all about buffets. But for this one, I went for Sci-Fi Drive-In just because the atmosphere is one of my favorites at Hollywood Studios. So Sci-Fi Drive-In is a table service restaurant, and it's a la carte. So this one, you've got a menu to order from, and the whole restaurant is these drive-in movie theater. So, when you walk into it's kind of like you walk into a building that you walk right back outside of, because it's dark. They've done the ceiling to have stars. The walls are painted to look like you're in the woods in the middle of the night, like summer drive-in. Your tables are actually cars, so you're sitting in a car to eat your dinner. There's neon lights everywhere. It's super vintage, and it really gives the great, drive-in experience. And you get this sci-fi feeling based off of the fact that on the movie screen, they're showing, 1950s sci-fi shorts. which is really cool. It's just on repeat. And if you pay attention, there's actually hidden Mickeys in those. So that's a cool fact. It really just has this great ambiance that I really love at Sci-Fi Drive-In. The food's good. I wouldn't say it's great like some of the other locations, but, taking the atmosphere that you're getting with the food, it makes it worth it to me. It's a really popular location for first timers just because of the vibe that you're getting at dinner. Some of the things that I definitely recommend trying, the fried pickles are absolutely fabulous. The drive-in barbecue burger is really fabulous. And then they have a lot of really good shakes. One of my favorites is the cookie shake, which is the cookies and cream shake. So you're really going to get those types of foods at this restaurant. But again, it's good food. It's just, it's not as great as some of the other locations. But it really is a great spot for families. Like, it's super cool. Your larger families are going to have a little bit more trouble getting reservations because of the seating. Like, a lot of your seating, you really are looking at like 4 people. They have very few. They have 1 or 2 cars that can seat 6, but there's not many. So a lot of times, if you're getting dining reservations for larger families, you're going to want to book 2 dining reservations. So, like, let's say you have a party of, 7 or 8, you're going to want to do 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4. And then when you get to the restaurant, check in, let the hostess know that you have 2 dining reservations, you're one family, you'd like to sit together, and they'll obviously do their best. But it is a really great first-timer option. One of the things that I recommend for sure is the Fantasmic Dining Package. Really love this. So Fantasmic is the night show that takes place at Hollywood Studios every night. And it is
so awesome.
Somebody posted a Fantasmic TikTok the other day, and I commented on it, and I said, Fantasmic me and Disney me are not on the same level. Like, Fantasmic me is very hype. Like, it's one of the cooler shows that they do every night. And the Fantasmic Dining Package, what it is you can essentially book dining reservations at one of a couple different restaurants around the park. And while you're at dinner, they give you this little card that gives you guaranteed seating. So you don't have to worry about getting there super early and being one of the first ones in line to get your seat. And everybody that does the Fantasmic Dining Package sits right center stage in this huge, like, amphitheater. So it really is worth it for me to pay the extra money to get the Fantasmic Dining Plan and Dining Package and sit right there center. Totally worth it every time. Except for the last time that we did it and it rained and we didn't get to see Fantasmic, but I don't want to talk about it.
That happened when Josh and I went. We were there.
So salty.
And we were going to go, we kind of stayed there in the evening to go. And I think it was about 8:00 and we were both kind of tired. We were like, you know what, let's just go back to the room. Thank God we did, because by the time we got to the bus, it started drizzling. I had some friends that were there at the same time. They waited an hour and a half and it got canceled. So I was like, I would have been aggravated if we'd have waited.
We got there, got our seats, and then my dad and I got up and went to go get snacks, get Mickey ice cream bars, and it started drizzling, and I was like, and it just progressively got worse to the point where when we got back to our seats, it was just pouring, and we were getting soaked. And finally, they were like, hey, the show's been delayed, and I looked at Rachel, and she was like, let's go. So we started walking out. We got to the entrance of Fantasmic, and it was a downpour. Like, we were running out of the park trying to get back to the Skyliner, because we stayed at Pop, so we had the Skyliner, and it was just, I was so disappointed.
When we went on our agency trip just because you wanted to see it. We, a couple of years ago on our agency trip, we had a dinner and dessert party, like a private event there. I mean, the showing wasn't private, but we had, set up behind it, and it rained a little bit, but thankfully it stopped and they were able to have the show. So that was super cool.
But definitely recommend Sci-Fi Drive-In with the dining packages, with the Fantasmic Dining Package. I would make it one of your first dining reservations, depending on what all you have, because it does tend to fill up pretty quickly, especially that Fantasmic Dining Plan. So definitely keep that one at the top of your list.
All right. My favorite park. And probably my favorite restaurant.
My second least favorite food park.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they have, you have to try it. So Animal Kingdom is my favorite park. I'm like so excited, cannot wait to go. And I will always pick Yak and Yeti. Like I don't think I can ever eat at Animal Kingdom and not eat at Yak and Yeti. It is so good. So good. One of the things about Yak and Yeti is it is not a Disney owned restaurant. It is part of the Landry's restaurants. So that's one thing. I don't think it makes a difference there. I know there's been issues at some of the other ones, but I've never had a bad experience at Yak and Yeti. It's Pan-Asian cuisine. So it's right in the middle of Asia. So typically it's a ride Expedition Everest and then head on over to Yak and Yeti for us. Or no kids, then Josh and I just do it because he doesn't ride Everest. Although I think I'm going to ride it when we go. I think I'm going to ride it by myself this time. Because it's so fun.
Everest.
I need to ride it.
I rode it by myself last time.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go ride it. So good. The theming is based on a legend, and I'm pretty sure that it's on the back of the menu. At least that's what I read. So we'll see. That it's the legend of the restaurant is it's a boutique hotel owned by a wealthy proprietor that's wanted to have a stop for the rich folks on their way to the Himalayas. So I thought that was super cool. Some of the decor, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's just the vibe, but it's still cool. But there are some areas that you go into that get really dark, depending on where the table is. This also has an upstairs. It's this really big on the inside. It doesn't look like it on the outside, but the inside dining area is pretty big. There's an upstairs. And I remember one time going, like, I had to use my flashlight to look at the menu because it was kind of dark in there. Yeah. The absolute best ahi tuna nachos. Those things are so big. It's an appetizer, but we usually get it as I'll get it as my meal. But it is so good. When we went over the summer, Josh got a ribeye. So when we went back in October, we were like, we're going to get the ribeye. And I think I might have mentioned this before, but they didn't have the ribeye anymore. So we got ribeye fajitas, which was just as good. Those things, it's like I could taste it now. I'm ready to go. I did make reservations for us to go to Yak and Yeti.
Ribeye fajitas sounds fabulous.
Yes, it was really, really good. We got that, and we didn't get the ahi tuna nachos this time, but we did like a seared tuna salad, and then we got the ribeye fajitas, and we shared it, and both of them it was really good.
Yeah.
This is another one that books up. So if it's on your list, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the first ones. However, in the same blog that I mentioned earlier, mentioned the dreaded Landry's restaurant. And I was like, what are they talking about? Because
I don't think I've ever, because T-Rex is owned by Landry's, aren't they?
Yeah. Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, all of those. I've never had issues
Disney,
at any of the Landry's.
Me either. No. And so, I mean, I'm pretty sure like the Bubba Gump shrimp maybe that's one. I don't know. There's some, I could see maybe that being a little off. I don't know. But like we go eat at Sawgrass a lot. Sawgrass is one of the Landry's restaurants. It's really good. So I don't know what they were talking about. But the thing about this is that if you can't get a reservation and you have a Landry's card, so if you don't have one, get one. It's $25 for the card, but then they put $25 right on it.
Yeah.
You can go up to you go up to the hostess table and say, I don't have a reservation, but I'm a Landry's card member, and they will seat you. They make sure they come around. The manager comes and personally thanks you for coming and being a Landry's member. So you get a little special attention for being a Landry's member. But it's really good. On your birthday, you get I have $25 on my card waiting for me to go. And then as you spend money on it, you earn more rewards. So it's definitely worth getting the card to go there. We also, at some point, maybe when we went over the summer, we got the calamari, which was really good. They do have a quick service window at Yak and Yeti, and we've gotten a Kobe beef burger from there before, and that was really good too. But yeah, those ahi tuna nachos are the best.
Yeah, they sound fabulous.
Yeah, it's yeah, and I think Braden got like a seasonal scallop dish when we went over the summer too. Everything's been really good. We've gone with my in-laws, and they both kind of got like an Asian dish. I don't remember what it was, but I have not had anything there that wasn't tasty. And again, It's inside. It's shaded. So you get a little break from the heat if you go in the hot months.
And Animal Kingdom stays hotter than the other parks because of the animals back there. So it's always nice to get a break from the heat at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Yep. I love it. Can't wait to go back.
I went with a quick service restaurant. I went with Flame Tree Barbecue. I think we've talked about this one before.
Yeah.
So Flame Tree Barbecue is one of those, like I said, it's a quick service restaurant. It's an all outdoor seating area, but it's got really great views of like Discovery River, Expedition Everest, the Tree of Life. It's got really great views if you can stand the heat. It's also got, depending on where you sit, if you face the walkway that kind of goes in front of Flame Tree Barbecue, there's really great views of some of the dance shows that go on right at the gift shop.
I was going to say, isn't it right by that little stage show? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So there's
That's
a little
cool.
stage show that takes place there, so you kind of get some food and a show. Rafiki comes out in that area from time to time too. So I think Rafiki, somebody else comes out and does a stage show. I can't remember who, but it's really cool. And it's got a really great menu. It's one of my favorite barbecue places to eat at Disney World. I think Rachel usually gets the ribs or the barbecue chicken, and she, absolutely loves it every time. They've also got a pulled pork sandwich, which is really good. What I get every single time is the pulled pork mac and cheese, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, that
Solid
sounds
portion. It's fabulous. You can't tell I have an addiction to mac and cheese. No, it's a really great portion of mac and cheese with the solid helping of, pulled pork on top, which is really great. So the food there is really, really, really good. Like I said, it's great value. It's just, that's what it comes down to. Like I said, it is a quick service restaurant. So like Lori said about some of her quick service restaurants, definitely recommend taking advantage of the mobile ordering facility so you don't have to wait in line. You just, you head that way, place your order, and by the time you get there, your food's ready to be picked up. You sit down, grab a spot. It is pretty popular, so it can be hard to get a seat there sometimes. You might have to wait it out or fight somebody for a seat, but it happens all the time. It's Disney World, so.
Yeah, and you got to watch the, I don't know, whatever those birds are. Is it cranes, still white birds?
Yeah. Like to come
or
up
the
and
other
steal
ones.
food.
Yeah, they'll come try to steal your food. They know it's good too, so they like
Yeah,
anybody.
they do. So yeah, that's mine. I really love Flame Tree. We'll go out of my way in that park to go eat at Flame Tree.
Yeah, we ate there on our very first trip in 2014, and it was really good. So
I think our first time we ate at like Harambe's Cafe, and I just wasn't a fan. Like, I don't know.
Let me tell you, I'll sidetrack really quick. I'll tell it really fast. So we went to one of the trips that we went there. She's going to kill me.
Excellent. Is it Liv?
Yes.
Excellent. Tell us.
So she was younger. So we went there and we got it was a rice bowl with chicken in it. Braden got one. I don't know if maybe Josh and I both got one. I don't remember, but I got Olivia the kids one because on the menu, the way they described it was going to be the same exact meal. Well, when we got it, it looked nothing like the adult meal. So she was furious. She wouldn't eat.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Josh and her, it was a whole big thing, like an argument, and it wasn't funny, but yeah, we still talk about that today. I'm like, I need to redeem it and take her to go get an adult size portion. I mean, because the kids portion, it really was just white rice and a little bit of chicken. So I felt bad.
Yeah.
That it wasn't, it didn't have all the extra stuff on it like the adult size did.
My kids would devour that meal.
Yeah, my poor baby. I think at that point she was tired, so it was more of just. But yeah. So anyway, enough bashing Olivia. She is
always.
Wow,
Those are my favorite reels to make.
Yeah, the shark, and I need to say some bad stuff about Braden because I feel like, well, no, I did. I talked about him beating me with Mario, and I wanted to.
I think that was bashing you, not Braden.
True. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So that is all 4 parks.
Yes. So now we get to move on over to Disney Springs. Another one that will not be a shocker for anybody that knows me, Chef Art Smith Homecomin. That one is another must do for us. And I did not book it again this time. And I'm like, hate life. I'm hoping that we can get a reservation while we're there on one of the cheer days that we don't have anything to do. It's Southern comfort food. One of the neat things about Homecomin is that it's farm to table. So they use, fresh local ingredients as well. They have indoor and outdoor seating. The inside is a little bit limited because they have the bar in the middle that takes up a lot of the space. But if the weather's nice, there's a lot of outdoor seating. A lot of times, though, if it's just Josh and I, we'll go in and sit at the bar, even though it's funny because we're not like heavy drinkers, but we do like the drinks at Homecomin. They have moonshine there. I'm not a moonshine person. I've never had moonshine in my life, but I have had some moonshine over at Chef Art Smith's. They have a sweet tea one, which has, what is the sweet tea? Sweet tea is like, well, obviously just sweet tea, fresh lemon, and moonshine. I think Josh got that one. The one I got was a rum shine punch. So it's got the strawberry, rum shine, blackberry brandy, a banana liqueur, pineapple juice, and some grenadine. That one was really good. My favorite drink there is the local, and it's coconut water, rum, lime, and simple syrup, and some fresh pineapple. So good. That's the only place I would probably talk about drinks because I don't drink anywhere else at Disney, but I will drink at Homecomin because those drinks are really good. The food, and I know I've mentioned this before, we have our staples, the ones that we get almost every time. The Church Lady Devil Eggs, so good. I mean, like, the filling is so high. They come 6 to an order, and it's a lot. We've had the fried pickles before. Really good there. My favorite is the thigh-high chicken biscuits. It's like a glazed, like a honey or some kind of sweet glazed chicken thigh on a biscuit. So good. The thing with that one is it comes 3 to an order. So it's really big. Unless somebody's going to share with you, it's probably a whole lot, especially if you're going to get the deviled eggs or the pickles. But you can ask for a smaller portion, and they will do that. So that's something that's not listed on the menu, but you can say, hey, can I just have one? Now, they've done it in the past, so I would imagine they do. Josh and I have had fried chicken sandwich, not to be confused with the thigh chicken biscuits. This was just a very large chicken breast fried on a regular bun. That was really good. But I think the thing that is probably the best, and probably one of the things that drives us to go there the most too, is the hummingbird cake.
Oh, yeah, I've heard you talk about this one before.
Oh, man, it's so good. It's really big, so it's enough to share. Comes with a scoop of ice cream. It's only $14, so it's not that expensive. But if you want to try some of the other ones, they also have a signature sampler, which comes with a smaller piece of the hummingbird cake, a small piece of the chocolate pecan pie, and also carrot cake. So you could sample all of their desserts. This one is really cool. We went every time we go. So the manager of that place is from New Orleans, or he was at least.
Really?
And so every time we go, he has never been there. Like, I try to catch him every single time. And it just so happens that he's not there, probably because we're going in the evenings and he's not there. So when Josh and I were there in October, I told the ladies, like, I was like, I try to catch up with the guy, the manager. I said, but never hear. I even emailed the guy. I was like, I haven't heard back from him, which I'm sure he probably got like 1 million emails. So the new manager came out and talked to us and said that guy had moved on, so he wasn't the manager anymore. But there's a lot of people there from New Orleans, which I thought was kind of cool, since it's like Southern home style cooking.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is my favorite. I recommend it to all my clients. It's super good. Love it.
Yeah, I got to get out to Homecomin one of these days.
Yeah, and with one of the things too, I didn't mention, they have like for the drinks, there's like a sipper. And if you get that, you can bring it back the next time. So like, it's for 22-ounce sipper, it's $22. But the next time you bring it, you can refill it for $13.
Sold.
Which
saving money at Disney is my favorite thing to do.
Exactly. Which we've never done. I don't know why. Now I'm saying it. Like, I'm going to have to go look and see if we can find it so I can bring it with me.
Right.
They do have if you don't get reservations, they do have like a little walk up too on the outside where you can just go and get their drinks.
Interesting.
So, yeah, fun stuff.
This one was also hard for me because big fan of the Polite Pig. I know you and I have talked about that one before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so good.
The Edison is also one of my favorite spots to go to. I took Matt there when we went back in November. Also has some really great food, has a really great atmosphere to it, really like steampunk atmosphere. So love that one. T-Rex is fabulous. Rainforest Cafe is really good. But for the experience itself, I went with Planet Hollywood. Really love this one. Planet Hollywood is this giant 4-story blue globe, and the whole inside of it is loud. There's music videos playing, Disney music videos, like all sorts of, great music videos playing. So it's a pretty loud, upbeat dining experience. But throughout the whole restaurant, they have actual props and, memorabilia from, all these different movies, whether it's, the Terminator, Star Wars, the Hunger Games, Marvel movies, DC movies, all these different, movies. They have original props from the movies. So it's really cool. One of the things that we love to do, after we eat, is to walk around the restaurant, go up and down the 4 stories, and just look at the different memorabilia that's there. So it really is a cool experience.
So is that one over by the Coke store, or am I?
Yeah, it's right next to the Coke store. Yeah, with Guy's Chicken or whatever behind it.
Yeah.
They have really good food. It's, your typical American fare food, but it is really good food, and it's typically like pretty big portions for what you're paying for. I remember I sent a client back in, I think they went in October, and I had them go here. It was mom, dad, 2 kids, and 4 of them could not finish the nacho plate that they got. Massive nacho plate, fabulous nachos. Rachel gets it. They've also got a really good, what they call the high roller platter, which comes with a chicken dish, tostados, buffalo wings, and a 5 cheese dip, and it's massive, really good. I've had burgers from there. All the burgers are fabulous. They're really known for their shakes. They call them Supernova shakes, and they have all different types of shakes. So really great food. I solely go there, though, for the experience, just because it's, like I said, I always love getting to walk around. The staff has always been great, so really enjoy the staff, really enjoy the atmosphere. If the atmosphere is not, your style, you're looking to eat there, but not necessarily be in the loud environment of the music videos, you can always ask to sit out at the Stargazers patio bar, which is outside, but it's undercover. So even if it's raining, it's a good spot to sit, but it's much quieter. So always recommend that. So yeah, I really love Planet Hollywood. I mean, it's one of the cheesier, franchise places, which is why I'm always hesitant to be like, let's talk about Planet Hollywood. But it really is a cool experience just to eat at.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Disney's immersive, so you're going there for experiences.
Right. I don't remember what you told me you're doing for this last one. No, I do. I remember.
Yeah, because it's got one of your favorite things.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, doing this at night is horrible because now I'm hungry, even though I ate.
I'm going to go eat after this. Food. I'm going to eat after this again.
I have to go to bed. I have to get up at 4 a.m.
Same. I'm still going to go eat in bed.
There you go. There you go.
I am 30-something
so
years old. I can eat in my bed.
Yeah, I'm 31 too.
There we go.
Plus 20. All right. I can't eat in my bed because I'll probably get it all over the place. Too old to eat in the bed. And Josh will kill me anyway. Okay. So my resort pick is Ohana. And I'll be honest, I don't have a whole lot of resort choices because we don't really eat, unless it's going to be the quick service, and I wasn't going to pick that. But then I remembered about Ohana, and we've actually done Ohana for breakfast and dinner. So Ohana is situated in the Polynesian Village Resort, which is on my bucket list. I will stay there one of these days. This one, kind of similar to some of the ones that you mentioned, is a family style meal. So this one, they will bring you out the initial things to your table, which are the famous pineapple coconut bread.
Oh.
Yes, you get the mixed green salad, the pork dumplings, the vegetables, and then they start coming out with the skewers. And I jumped right into the food and skipped all the stuff. We'll go back. This is the dinner, obviously. So then they bring out the chicken, sirloin steak, shrimp, all of this. And again, it's family style, so you can keep asking for more if you want. Oh, and also the noodles. They just recently changed the menu, and I don't remember when it was. It used to be like a guava pineapple. No, that's the new one. The old one was, where is it? Oh, like a sweet and sour chicken and some kind of sirloin and stuff. But now they have guava pineapple glazed peel and eat shrimp, wood fired grilled teriyaki beef, and grilled chicken. I haven't had it. I haven't had the new menu, so I'm sure it's probably amazing though. Oh, it was a chimichurri sauce before. Now it's guava pineapple. The good thing about the breakfast is actually a character meal, and it was pretty good breakfast. You get the scrambled eggs, the sausage, you get the Hawaiian style ham, island potatoes, and of course you get Mickey waffles. So the best thing about that is you get to have a meet and greet with Lilo and Stitch.
And
so
Mickey
I thought
Mouse.
that was really, and Mickey Mouse, yes. And I
Hawaiian
think,
Mickey.
who's one of them? Pluto, Mickey,
Yeah,
Pluto,
Pluto.
and Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, so it's another great opportunity, and there's not another Lilo and Stitch meet and greet anywhere else. So if you like those characters, you definitely want to get at Ohana. The good thing is, usually like with Ohana, I'll do it as, if you're going to do it as a breakfast, do it on your Magic Kingdom day. So that way you get Ohana for breakfast, and then you hop on the monorail over to Magic Kingdom, or vice versa. Do it at the end of the day on your Magic Kingdom day, so that way you can monorail over from Magic Kingdom. What else was I going to say about this one? Oh, they have the nice little, so when we went for dinner, we went on a cheer trip. And they have the little Tambu lounge that's like right out in that area. So we had a little bit of a wait, so we just grabbed a cocktail and wait in the lobby right there. And they'll call you up when it's your turn
Gorgeous
to
lobby.
go in. Yes. So
Absolutely
awesome.
gorgeous
I
resort.
do want to go over there and look around, especially at the new tower.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can make my way over there. But yeah, so Ahana is really good. It's
Yeah, it is.
definitely one you want to do at least once. Also very difficult to get. So you want to put this one on the top of your list too.
And if you ask them if you can have the sweet pineapple bread to go, they'll just bring you out a fresh batch and you just take it to go. And then you just have it for breakfast in your resort room for the rest of the week.
Speaking from experience.
No, not at all. I didn't take 2 orders of pineapple bread home.
You got to
No,
share.
I love Ohana. It really is. You know, it's a Polynesian is potentially one of my favorite resorts. You know,
So pretty.
I'm not obsessed with Lilo and Stitch at all. So, you know, love getting to see them, and the food's just really good. Especially the breakfast is good, but it's your typical breakfast. You know, people really go to the breakfast to see Lilo and Stitch and for the bread. But dinner is where it's at for Ohana. Like that, those noodles.
So good. Yeah, and I forgot too to mention that during the fireworks, they pipe in the music.
Yep. So you
And
can watch,
so-
especially if you get the perfect seat, you can watch the happily ever
Yeah, you
after
can watch the
from your
fireworks.
seat. Yep.
Yes. So if you can't, then you eat quick and get out and go on the beach and watch it from there.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah, on the inside.
Polynesian, Grand Floridian, and Contemporary are the ones that you can see. Really great shows of the fireworks from outside the parks, but you can only get in on those spots if you're staying there or if you have dinner reservations. So definitely, you know, if you're not looking to be in the park during fireworks, but you know, you still want to see them, great option to make a dining reservation over at, you know, 1900 Park Fair, Ohana, Chef Mickey's, all some really great places.
Contemporary. Yeah. I mean, not,
Mhm.
what's California Grill? Couldn't think.
California Grill. Yeah. This one was hard for me. Like, because
Yeah,
I
it
think
was hard.
we've talked about it before, but you know, we were never resort people before this last trip. It was, you know, Monday through Friday, you know, park open to park closed. We were in the parks, and the only time we were in a resort was to sleep. But this last trip, just to, you know, the multiple resort days that we got, you know, traveling over to, you know, Port Orleans, French Quarter, traveling to the Contemporary, traveling to, you know, Grand Floridian, Beach Club, like the amount of resorts that we went to and I got to try new food at was just amazing. Like I am the biggest advocate of, you know, take a day to just go visit the resorts. One, the food is just fabulous and extremely diverse. And two, just every resort has a different vibe to it, which is absolutely amazing. But this one I actually went with a quick service, and I went with Primo Piatto. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Piatto over at Riviera. Fabulous quick service restaurant. Riviera is a DVC resort, so you have a lot of DVC people that stay there. But an absolutely gorgeous resort. It's definitely on, it's definitely a little nicer of a resort that you're going to see. But Primo Piatto, or however you pronounce it, really has a great French, like Italian vibe going to it. I can't, talk enough about the breakfast and lunch options that you have. The lemon blueberry pancakes are absolutely
that sounds good
to die for. Like blueberry pancakes topped with a lemon like cream, or some of the best things I've ever had in my life. Absolutely fabulous. The burger's good. I had their flatbread pizza for lunch one day, which was really good. And it really is a great option for quick food. And with it being at, a quick service at the resort, you're definitely going to be able to get in, get out much quicker. It can still get pretty busy though. Like I think we struggled to find seating for lunch one day, but that's of course we went during prime time lunch. But it's really great, especially if you're staying at one of the Skyliner resorts, Pop Century, Art of Animation, Riviera, or even if you're
Caribbean
going
Beach.
to Caribbean Beach, thank you. Or even if you're going to Epcot or Hollywood Studios for a day and you want to pop out of a park for a little bit, like it's a great, it's a great spot to hop over on the Skyliner, grab a quick lunch, or even grab breakfast on the way to Epcot. Really great park, a really great quick service restaurant. And you can eat there even if you're not staying there, just like any other, quick service or table service restaurant. And then, of course, like Lori said, mobile ordering is going to be your best friend when it comes to quick service restaurants. Like take full advantage.
Yep.
Even if you have the dining plan, like take full advantage of the mobile order and just don't wait in line for your food at all.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So strongly recommend if you're looking for a quick service at a resort, definitely check out however you pronounce this restaurant. So
I'm going to go with however you said it.
Love Riviera. It's super cool to walk around. They got like a bocce ball set. Girls love to try to play bocce ball. They almost figured it out, but great pool, great view of the lake. Like it's really gorgeous resort.
Josh and Olivia and I walked around it one time. I don't even remember why we were there, but I don't know, maybe it was Braden's band trip, I think. And we just kind of went because I don't know why we would have been there without him, but.
Yeah, we talked about renting DVC points and staying there one day, but I think we just ended up staying at Pop Century because Pop Century is where it's at for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, fun stuff.
Well, that is top 6 restaurants. That is an hour and 15 minutes of me being hungry and being miserable while talking about Disney food.
Right. And I feel like we can. I mean, we only talked about 6 of our restaurants each, so we could go on and on about food. So obviously, if you don't know where to eat,
200 restaurants on Disney property.
Yeah. So hopefully this has inspired some folks to broaden their horizons and try some other restaurants. But if you don't know where to go, none of these 6 or 12 sounded great. Reach out to Fred and I. We can give you some more pointers, but you can't go wrong with any of the ones that we mentioned tonight.
Shout out to my best friend Jamel, who has been sitting here for this whole hour and 16 minutes listening to this and mentally preparing for his first trip to Disney in 103 days.
Oh, is that the friend that you're going with?
Yep.
Fun.
So most of which we talked about that he's going to be eating at. So,
well, good. He can tell us if he agrees.
Right. We'll bring him on. He'll come on. He's going to have to come on the episode or on an episode after we take him.
Yeah. Yeah. It was his first time, you said?
Yeah. It'll be his first trip.
Yes. I love chatting with folks for the first time. See if they get the hype.
Right. He said he's down to come on.
Sweet.
So, okay. Cool. So, we're not going live Sunday because go
Here
Birds.
we are tonight. Oh yeah, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Oh, I just said that. Did I say that? Go Birds.
You did. Welcome to the dark side.
No, well, you know what? I have three of my people that are Eagles fans, so I'm gonna have to support y'all on this one.
There we go. So we will be live again on
the 16th.
Is it the 16th? Okay.
I think so.
It is the 16th.
That seems so long from now.
For those who listen to our podcast audio only version, this episode will drop next Wednesday. So if you want to go back and listen to it, you can go back and listen to it next Wednesday when it officially drops on the 12th. But what are we talking about on episode 19?
I am so excited because, and it's a Disney episode. We're going to do the 4 Parks Challenge. So, I keep calling it a 4 Parks Challenge, but there's this unspoken thing, or at least it was unspoken for a while. I didn't know about it until after we actually did it, where you hit all 4 parks in one day. So we're going to kind of talk about it a little bit, like if it makes sense or not. Just another fun episode, kind of like tonight. And then we'll go through the 4 parks and say what we would pick. It's your favorite ride, favorite photo opportunity, and favorite snack. What I'm excited about is that my daughter last night was like, when can I come on your podcast? And I'm like, do you want to join us when we do the 4 parks? And she said yes. So now that I've mentioned it, she can't get out of it. So Olivia is going to join in on that one with us and let us know her choices. So I think that'd be fun.
I did tell Rachel last
Especially
night about
because
our
you know
final
how shy
episode.
she is.
Yes. I told Rachel last night that Olivia was coming on the podcast. And she was like, look at Liv getting out of her comfort zone.
I know. I'm so excited. We'll see. Hopefully she don't try to back out on me.
I will drive to your house and force her in front of the camera.
Yes. I think she'll do it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I think so. But I did tell Rachel about our end of month episode. She was caught off guard, but I told her she didn't have a choice. So it's fine.
Yep. Josh too. So
Absolutely.
We'll give a sneak peek on that one too, just since we're talking about it. We're going to do, and I can't remember what we called it, but some kind of a couples question thing or a couples quiz.
What are we calling it?
We'll get some questions out there and see what each of us would pick or some, I don't know.
A magical Valentine. Disney romance and our spouses.
Yes. In honor of the love month. Going to bring on our significant others.
I told Rachel we were doing a Rachel Valentine's episode. She was like, you realize that the 23rd isn't Valentine's Day? And I was like, Rachel.
I know.
Stop it.
Well, and honestly, I thought we could have did it tonight, but I put it there just because I knew we were going to be out of town this weekend before we knew about the Eagles. So I knew we couldn't record this weekend. I guess we could have did it next weekend, but
it's too late. We're committed.
It's still in the same month. Yeah.
It is. So, okay. Cool. We're super excited for the upcoming episodes. Are you closing us out or am I closing us out?
Why don't you? Because I don't have on the right glasses and I might mess up.
Okay, cool. Great episode. Really appreciate everybody that joined us tonight on the live. I think it was super successful. Really appreciate you guys as always. Again, we love our followers and our supporters. So really thank you guys for tuning in and spending some time with us. For those who are seeing us for the first time and interested in learning more about Going Beyond the Castle, we do have a website. You can find out more about Lori and I. You can find out, you can see our podcast episodes. And you can also see, but request some vacation quotes because at the end of the day, Laura and I are travel agents. So you can request some travel quotes there. But that website is going to be www.goingbeyondthecastle.com. So you can head over and check that bad boy out. If you're looking for our social media platforms, where you can find us on all of our social media platforms where we go live each week, where you can find Lori and I's social media channels and where you can find our audio version only of the podcast. You can head over to our Beacons channel, which is beacons.ai/going beyond castle. So definitely check that out. And of course, as always, we're looking for 1, more people to come on our podcast, 2, ideas of what to talk about on our podcast, and 3, people to book trips with us. So if you are interested in doing one of those 3 things, please send us an email. You can reach out to us at info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. And that, I think, wraps it up.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we appreciate you guys, as always. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys on the 16th.
Yes, sir. See y'all later.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this magical journey. We hope today's episode brought a little extra spark to your day and inspired your next adventure. Whether it's a thrilling escape to Universal, a dream cruise getaway, or unforgettable memories at Disney. Have questions? A topic you'd like us to cover? Your own magical story to share or looking for travel assistance? We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a line at info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. Be sure to check out all our social media links and podcast platforms at beacons.ai/Going Beyond the Castle podcast. And don't miss the fun in our Facebook group, Going Beyond the Castle Podcast Lounge, where we share tips, updates, and behind-the-scenes moments. Until next time, see you real soon.